If you wanna stay with me, if you wanna try, maybe you could be with me, but only for the night. And I'll let the window open, baby. Leave my key outside the door. We don't need to tell nobody, but I think I'm ready to be loved. Only for the night. If you wanna stay with me, if you wanna try, maybe you could be with me, but only for the night. And I'll let the window open, baby. Leave my key outside the door.
And just like that, we're back from Mexico, folks. What a vacation. What a good time. Getting back into the rhythm of things here. Garage sailing. Big garage sailing day tomorrow. Pumping the inventory back in, hopefully, right? Do still have a lot of inventory to go, though. So, that's a good thing. Plenty of that. So, yeah, well, welcome to the show. Ooh, that's got some bite to it. Let me tell you. Straight up Kentucky bourbon. I'm doing that for my buddy Joe again. Joe, you're my hero. And I'm selling something I bought from you a little over a year ago for next week. It's going to go live today in the auctions. We'll talk about that in a bit. Well, anyway, welcome to the channel. Welcome to the live show. If you're not familiar with this, it's a pretty simplistic show. It's basically, I list things on eBay once a week, and they all end beginning at 1 p.m. Central Time on Wednesdays. And they end every 3 minutes. So we watch the dual up auctions. I do 2 every 3 minutes. And we see people snipe. We see what they go high. We see if they go low. You can vicariously live through me, because putting stuff up on eBay, as fun as it is, it's kind of a pain in the ass too. Okay? So, just pretend they're your auctions, and you can be happy or sad along with me. All right, so why don't we get into things here? First of all, let's talk about what we're drinking. Can you hear that in there? Oh, geez, I spilt some on the desk. That is alcohol abuse in the worst desk in America. I don't know, just let it sit there, I guess. Anyway, this is some Kentucky straight bourbon from Sam's Club. I went with the Members Mark, and I also got some Knob Creek too, and I did a little taste test in between the two. I will say the Knob Creek is a hair better, but this is actually really good. And this is what do you call it? Small batch. And I mean, it's cheaper than Knob Creek by probably, what do you say? I think this is about like 19 bucks, and that's like 28. So $9 cheaper or whatever. But it is very smooth. It's actually quite good. I got it on the desk, a little puddle there. What are you going to do? I didn't bring any paper towels. I don't think. Hey, there is one right there. I was cleaning something for a game. How about that? I bring down extra sometimes. Throw that in the garbage can now. All right, enough talking about the booze, right? We got some. Looks like Mark and Michael are joining us already here, getting into the live chat, which I always appreciate your guys' attendance. Let's do a rundown of what we actually have going up today, or up live right now. So you can see here we got Point Blank 2 for the Sony PlayStation 1, and that is a gun game. And we have the guns for sale up above as well too. So that's sitting at $13.50. We have a Nintendo Switch game, Mortal Kombat 11, a lot of violence, $11.27. I picked up the Split Pad Pro controllers before I went to Mexico for $2, and look, they're already up to $9.50. So there's a profit. We got this PSP gun game here, which I found in the garbage on garbage days. Completely mint, looked like it was new. It's sitting at $20.50. I had lent these guns to my brother-in-law like 12 years ago, and he returned them along with that point blank. So look at that. We got two Namco Gunco guns, tested, working. Fantastic piece of hardware. Not gonna lie. We have a Sega, the Sega Genesis Classics for the Nintendo Switch. Kind of a tongue twister there. Sitting at $14.50. Darius G, unopened, new and sealed for the Nintendo Switch. $15.50. Very rare Virtual Boy game still in the box. $17.50. That's a steal at this point. 20 watchers. Final Fantasy 12, the Zodiac Age, I guess. New and sealed, $15.50 for the Nintendo Switch. We have another ultra rare Nintendo Virtual Boy game, 3D Tetris, sitting at $157.50, complete in box. We have a PlayStation Vita with an old firmware still on it in a collector's box, kind of. The House of the Dead version, sitting at $222. Then we got the bonus items for the week. Katie always likes these. Not getting a lot of attention with them, though, so we might not even get bids on these. I got a couple of these WWF, WWE random action figures sitting at 99 cents. And no watchers, no bids. Also, we have some Playmates Teenage Ninja Turtles action figures. And also at 99 cents with no watchers or bids. Then we have, I'm always a sucker when I see electronics at a garage sale. But this Garmin Nuvi 500, it's really small and it's pretty advanced for its time. It's also waterproof. It could be submerged for like, I think was it 5 feet for 30 minutes or something. I thought if I didn't sell this, I just mount it to my kayak if you're ever to go in it again. I don't know. It could be fun. I didn't pay much for it, so yeah. Or put it on my bicycle. That might make more sense. Although, I tend to know where I'm biking. But I know a lot of people clip their phones to their bikes. And I always think I'm going to get in a bike accident and there's $1,000 phone when the bike isn't even worth $1,000, right? So, anyway. Something. Now, why don't we look at last week's feedback or feedback we've gotten recently since the last time we had the show. This was an international sale for $143 for that Ghost Manor for TurboGrafx 16. He says, great seller packaged with care. That always makes me happy when they're messaging my packaging. I've been trying to improve that greatly. Then we have this buyer here that bought another TurboGrafx 16 games, a double Dungeons in great transaction. Another guy with another TurboGrafx game, fast shipping, great quality. Another one, fast shipping, same guy. Oh, I bought some boxes. See, look at that. I'm buying 100 boxes at a time for $40. Boxes aren't free, folks. They're not free. Those are tiny boxes, too. That's what I need most for. When you're shipping a lot of video games, you need a lot of little boxes. Yeah. Donkey Kong Country for Super Nintendo. Great condition and fast shipping. World-class baseball for TurboGrafx 16. Item is ascribed. Fast shipping on a seller. Bonk's Adventure for TurboGrafx 16. Item arrived quickly and is shown. Game worked great. Also a great seller. Thank you, my friend. This Geist for the GameCube. Great quality and packaging. Would buy from again. Appreciate that. Victory Run for TurboGrafx 16. Nice item. Thank you. A+++++. And we could just keep going. I don't see any books. We read this one last time, I think, which was a really nice, overall, really good. So, I appreciate the people who take the time to go ahead and do that. Before we get into the auctions, which start in 8 minutes, let's look at what we put up for this week. And Joe, look at this. I got this from you. Cleaned her up. All nice and pretty. We're putting up at 99 cents. Let's see what happens. We got the Atari 5200, 2 working controllers, the RF adapter, plug-in, and 5 games. Look at that lot. That looks like fun, doesn't it? It was a beast of a machine to test and work on because it's so big. Yeah. You got to check out the video on this one. A little bit of damage right here. See that? But very little. I mean, it's old, right? I don't know how people ever get the controllers in that thing. When you get the cables in there too, it's just a nightmare. So I just left it that way. Model number, the games. The Qbert plays so well on this with that analog control hitting the diagonals. I have to say, I really enjoyed playing the Qbert. You'll see that in the video. I was passing many levels back to back to back. It's like I kind of knew what I was doing. But yeah, some of them have the game cards too for the Pac-Man, which is like silly, these things, because this says 1, 2, 3, which says that underneath it too. But anyway, yeah, we got that. We have a new Wave Toys 1942 arcade going up. This is another hot item right here, folks. I did list it as buy it now as well too, in case somebody just wants to buy it. But we're starting at 99 cents. There's no reserve, so it won't hurt anything, I don't think. Magician for Nintendo, a relatively rare game. Then we got the Atari 5200 trackball roller. I already had this, Joe, but thanks to you getting me the Atari, I could test my Atari games and shoot videos with it and test these controllers out. So I'm selling this along with Centipede, a great trackball game. Then we have a couple Nintendo lots. Ooh, we're getting some bids, folks. That's good news. Ooh, gives me tingles. Some Nintendo lots. This one has a Solar Jetman, Excite by Elevator Action, and what was the last one on here? Karnov. How could I forget Karnov? What a great game. Here's a 5200 lot. Some of the games I already owned. Pole Position, Super Breakout, Defender, Missile Command, Football, and Galaxian. Nice titles. Here we got the Goonies 2 for Nintendo, Pro Wrestling, Skate or Die 2, and what was the last one on there? Commando. I had a friend that always went Commando. Didn't like hanging out with him much, to be honest. Nintendo lot. We got Joust, Gauntlet 2, City Connection, and Demon's Sword. Look at those. And then a pretty rare 5200 game called Gorf. I remember buying this in a pawn shop in Wilmer back in 1996. Put that math together, folks. All right, so we got some good titles. What can I say? Why don't we start getting into the auctions here, huh? Look at Point Blank's gone up. It's up to $17.50. We got the Mortal Kombat 11. We still got 3 minutes and 45 seconds to go. So, could be worse, right? I see I have the auctions up. I have to look up at the other screen to see what I'm really doing. So, it is what it is. I hope you guys all had a nice week. You can thank us because we brought the warm weather back with us from Mexico. It's been hot as heck here, but you know what? It doesn't feel that bad after being in even warmer, more humid weather in Mexico. So I did my 5-mile walk this morning. I've mowed the lawn already today. Just took a fresh shower, getting ready to do some labeling and boxes, combined shipping, whatever it takes. And then we're going to Big Dog. Hey, Tito Burrito. Nice to see you. Yeah, the Wilmer purchase of the Gorf. A lot of those 5200 games came from Wilmer, to be honest. That whole lot of 6 as well. Gorf. Look at that. Why did Tito just write thanks? That's a strange comment. I like it, though. Oh, Tristan, I called Tito, just so you know. Tito Sanchez. All right, we're down to 2 minutes and 33 seconds. So much excitement going on. I've been selling off some of my arcade 1-ups and my MVSX, 3/4-cade. And making room for new projects. So I'm rebuilding still that Defender. That Missile Command unit, when I finally came and landed on, I'm making it a Sinden light gun arcade. So it's going to have a square monitor. And it will, play Sinden games. It's got a big square monitor. It's got a 25-inch square monitor LCD. So it's a very nice one. It'll be a nice setup. And we're going to pump in, thanks to my cousin Craig, the PC I'm using on there will mimic most arcade games. It will not do Technoparrot because I'm running it in Linux. So if somebody could ever figure out how to get Technoparrot to run on Linux, that'd be great. But I know that natively runs on Windows, and that can be a bit of a problem. So it just is what it is. But yeah, I don't know. since one of our last live streams, I've come up with a new illness. Well, this guy's buying. I got the same bidder on both items here. Interesting. I'm dizzy. I get dizzy easy. It's not like my vertigo like I used to get every now and then. So I don't know. I might just hang on. I'm getting used to it, to be honest. So anyway, we're down to a minute on these two auctions. So we're getting closer to Snipe Land. But yeah, the dizziness in this thing's strange. If I go downstairs or upstairs, I get really dizzy. So if I'm changing altitude quickly, but in an airplane, I didn't even notice it. So I don't know. Kind of weird, huh? Maybe it's all in my head. If only, right? Oh boy, oh boy. I am excited to see how these auctions end today. I'm more excited to go visit with my post office friend. Haven't seen her in a while. Haven't had to do any shipments in a while since vacation. So, all right, here we get. We're going into Snipe Land right now. 20 seconds. All right, we're at 11:27 and 17:50. 11:27 and 17:50. I should get my thing queued up. 11:27 and 17:50. No movement. 8 seconds ago. 11:17. 11:27. Did that? Yeah, that went up 10 cents. Oh, 1978. 22.50. All right, we got some snipes, folks.
Wow!
How about that? We ended at 11:20. That went up 10 cents, I think. And then this jumped up, I don't know what it is, like $7 or something. I can't remember the exact number. But hey, I'm just curious, did the same guy win them both? This will help me when I'm doing my combined shipping. He sure did. 0 rating, so hopefully everything's okay there. All right, let's move on. These jumped up from $9.50 to $12.50. And we got the gun game at $20.50, now up to $30. I found this game in the garbage can. Not garbage can. So what it is, our garbage days is where you can haul stuff out. Like you have a refrigerator, you have old TVs, you have stuff, right? And you put it out on your curb and the city comes and picks it all up. Stuff that's harder to throw away than usual, right? And I normally don't go digging through the stuff, but what we do is we have garbage day parties. So the neighborhood all gets together, everybody sits together, and we drink and we look at the people digging through our garbage. Because believe it or not, people just go around digging through the garbage because there might be some treasures in there, right? And they do find them and they take them and they're happy and good for them. It's recycling, right? But anyway, when we drink enough, then we get on our e-bikes and we start digging through other people's trash in the neighborhood, which is kind of fun to see who can win the best prizes, right? Well, I came across this one in a bunch of VHSs. So I didn't take the VHSs, but I took the PSP game. And it's in perfect condition, so why not? And look, it's up to $31 now. So, garbage day find. Yeah, so Mexico was hot. It was really hot. I really enjoyed the food. Some of our party didn't enjoy the food as much as others. But, no, $32. And it's you have to kind of condition yourself for, like, I used to get like upset stomach from these trips, but I haven't in years now. And there's just certain things I stay away from. I never put my head underwater in a pool. Yeah, I know, don't drink the water, duh. But even if it gets in your eyes, that's the best way to pick up infections. So I avoid that stuff. Just do, okay? A lot of things that are vegetables that need to be washed beforehand, or the skins on them, I stay away from too. Try to anyway. All right, here we are. We're in Snipe Land. $12.50 and $32. $12.50 and $32. Are we gonna get anything? We got 10 seconds left. $12.50 and $32. Come on, let's get that gun up. $12.50 and $32. 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, $15.50. We got a little snipe there. We got $3. I'll pay for half of my beer, right? Let's just give that all that. We'll take $3. We'll take it all night long. All right, so these I'm hoping go up a little bit. So we're at $47.48 for the Gunco. $47.48, still $47.48, and Tube TV required to make those work, by the way. Then we have the Sega Genesis Classic for the Switch, $14.50. And we're at 1650. We've gone up $2 since we started the show. That's good news. You gotta like it when you get some bids on things, right? Those I had fun doing the testing video for those Namco guns because how do you say it? I had to go over to my parents' house and they have a tube TV on ice for me that I have them hold on their base. Hey, I think the Genesis just went up to $20.50. And so I hooked this all up, bring a PlayStation over that I hadn't used in a long time. It was one of those PlayStation 1s where it's a small one. And the PlayStation didn't work. So I had to drive back home, get a different PlayStation, hooked it up, and the guns work flawlessly. They were such good guns for a tube TV. See how they had that video cable on it over here, right? Right in here. I think that helped a lot for whatever reason. So you piggyback those on into the video input, and those guns are accurate as snot, which you need for point blank. Which leads me to, I'm rebuilding that arcade to do gun games with the big 25-inch whatever monitor, and I'm putting point blank as the marquee in the theme of the cabinet because I think that game's fun. It's a great party game. It's have in the garage and just drink beers and have a good time. But those Syntons are so expensive. I get nervous when kids play with them because they're like $200 a gun almost. So, live, learn, love, whatever. Speaking of love, anybody watching that TV series called Love? I just started it up and like my brother told me to watch it and I kind of watched it before and thought it was kind of weird. I still don't like the main character, but it's a little Dexter-ish. And I love me some Dexter. So it's not a bad show. I'm endorsing it. All right, we're getting in the snipe land already. Here we go. 20 seconds. 47.48, 21.50. 47.48, 21.50. Anything going to happen here? No movement yet. Okay, 10 seconds. 47.48, 21.50. 47.48, 21.50. Oh, 61.99, 21.50. And we will give that my favorite snipe. Yeah, you're right, Mark. It is called You, not Love. I keep getting confused because his girlfriend's named Love. And the show should be called Love, I think, kind of. But anyway, it's a weird show. But thank you for the correction on that. Wasn't that a nice type? We got a nice little, $14 or something put in there? We'll take that all day long. All right, Darius G is at $15.50. Let's see if it still is. Oh, it's up $1, $16.50. Now we're talking. Must be too hot out and people are making bids. This will be interesting. Virtual League Baseball for the Virtual Boy. $17.50. Is it still $17.50? It is. This is a steal to get a Virtual Boy game still in the box below retail. Can you imagine? Just sit quiet and think about that. Wow. Okay, I'm a dork. Here's a little life lesson for you too. Clean your air conditioner. I bought ours, I don't know. I always call it Love. I do call it Love. It's You. It's a weird name for a show, You. Anyway, clean your air conditioners. It's a pain in the butt. If you pay someone, it's like $300 to do it or something. But if you just take off the outer shell and remember how it goes back together again, and be very careful with the coils, but, clean them off, get a shot back to it a little bit, spray water from the inside out, put it back. Your AC will run half the time it normally does. Think of that. Savings. That's like a snipe. For me, I'm putting money into our pockets. My wife plays electric bill, but she is good with that stuff. So it's good news. Speaking of bills, we're forced to put a water meter reader in that's wireless that communicates to them, and they're making us pay for it. A little sour about that, I'm not going to lie. Because we have no problem reading it and just sending it in, but regardless. It's just like how they charge a convenience fee if you use a debit or credit card. I can see it for credit card, but not debit technically. Anyway, we're getting into snipe land here. Here we go. 20 seconds. We're at 1650 and 1750. We're gonna get any movement. 1650 and 1750. We have 25 watchers and 20 watchers in the other one. So we got watchers. 8 seconds. 1650, 1750. 5 seconds. Oh, we moved up to 2050, 1650 and 2050. Any more movement? 18.7 and 2050. So we got a little bit of sniping in there. We'll take that.
Wow!
Yes, folks. No kid is dying today, hopefully. I have a feeling when we get into the bonus items, that little boy in the wheelchair might not make it. It upsets me. Anyway. Yeah, let's get into the next auctions. We have Final Fantasy 12, 1550. Is it still 1550? It's up to $30. I didn't really think it'd go that high. Wow, that's really good. And we got the Tetris Virtual Boy 3D, whatever. 157.50. What's it at now? Whoa, it went up another like $6.50 or something like that. All right, so we're at $163 for this bad boy. This is a big set here, guys. Look at this. I mean, we got to get some like ear horn or something here. We're going to call this, you know, my wife says I don't play this anymore, so let's see if I can find it here. Where's my hot item? Wow, it's just the suspense has got to be killing you all right now. I don't know where it will. Well, huh. I guess I don't have hot item in here anymore. Maybe I deleted it. That's why I'm not using it anymore. We could do this one. I know Lamont, Michael Lamont, that is not a sniper rifle, okay? Just so you know, I realize that before you type it in there again. So I'm going to Big Dog tonight. Boop, boop, boop. I'm excited to sit and have some beers with my friends. I wish my friend Mike was going to be there, but he's traveling this week. So hopefully the others can attend. You just never know. I did something I thought I would never do in my life, as I went to a dance recital on Sunday in a non-air conditioned place when I was like 87 degrees out or something. You know, they're much more talented than I expected. I'm not going to lie. Those kids put a lot of work into it, and kudos to them. And both one of my best friends in life, his daughter, she's a senior, and it was her last performances. So I'm glad I got to see that. And her neighbor's younger daughter, who's just starting up, was performing in there as well, too. So that was awesome. All right, we're in Snipe Land. Look at this. 17 seconds. We got $30 and 163. Do we have potential? We have 40 watchers on the Tetris game. So we're at 30 and 163. 9 seconds ago, 8 seconds ago. $30 and 163. 5 seconds. We got a little bit on there. $30 and then 167. Going once, going twice. Oh, 180 last second. 180.05. How about that? We got to get my favorite snipe video. Sorry if it's a little bit long. I love that video. That one never gets old. All right, what do we have next? Oh, this is our last finale items plus the bonus items afterwards, which are pretty bleak. Poor boy. I hope he doesn't die. All right, so here's a big item. We'll call it hot item. Let's do something kind of fun for that. Maybe. What is this thing? Oh.
I'm drinking green tea all goddamn day.
All right, 222. What's it at now? 229. It's gone up $7.50. That's always good. And then we have this WWF lot thing that nobody cares about, apparently. I think I paid like $1 for them. So I'm not out a ton. But this is part of garage selling when it's getting hard to find video games. So I ran into this guy that had a bunch of like Nintendo DS stuff. And he had some decent games. He had like Mario Kart, but like not like Pokemon stuff or whatever, right? And he had the DS, and he had different prices on every game, which is automatically like a ginormous red flag, right? And I said, how much do you want for it all? It took him forever. Because you know why it took him forever? He went and added up every one of the things. And I said, I expect a discount. And he took $5 off. It was like 30 games. Yes, I said, I was going to buy it for half of that. So whatever, dude. Yeah, if you're in a garage sale, it isn't your personal toy show lots of times. When you have everything there for a quarter, then you put the stuff high. I get it. I don't know. DS is harder to sell than like 3DS and stuff too, because the DSs are a little bit more finicky in my opinion. But anyway, that's a garage sale story. Garage sale chronicles. Oh, we just moved up to 235 on the PlayStation Vita. Oh boy, we're getting close to Snipland too. Do you guys think anybody's gonna buy my little wrestling characters? Mark, you should buy them for the bathtub. All right, here we go. We're in Snipland. $235 and 99 cents with no bid. I mean, $235, no bid. We'll call it that. $235, no bid. 10 seconds. $235, no bid. $235, no bid. $235, no bid. $237.50. We got a little snipe in there. $237.50 and no bid. So no kid's gonna die because we got a little bit of a snipe there at the end.
Wow!
I'm just more nervous about the last two bonus items here. So let's see. We started the show with no bids for the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And we still have no bids for the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And then we started with no bids on the Garmin. We still have no bids for the Garmin. Oof. This could get rough. Youch. I'm not going to lose any sleep, though. My neighbor Scott, nice guy. He picked up two 8-tracks for me this week. Styx and Kiss. I'm not huge fans of either band, but I respect both bands. I would say most of my 8-tracks I'm not huge fans of, so this adds in the collection. They're in nice shape, so I gotta give him a couple bucks for those, and we're gonna be all set. Excited for him looking out for me that way, but I think this is newer generation Turtles stuff. There's like no weapons or anything with them, so I get it if they don't go. I was just pulling them out of a bin. I think they were a quarter a piece, so out of all that, it was like $1.75. So I'm not good with toys. I'm just not. Maybe I'll give these to Scott if they don't sell, because he goes to shows and somebody actually might want some turtle stuff. I don't know. We'll see. Pretty exciting, right? I would have to say I agree. So yeah, tomorrow, big garage sale day. We have All City Mankato, and that's where I live. So that's a good thing. So they'll start tomorrow morning, nice and early, 8 in the morning. We'll get out there and hit the street running. And all day Friday probably too. And then a little bit on Saturday. We'll see what's going on. What's interesting about Mankato, it's a big enough town that they're not all published. So you just literally just drive around in your car and look for signs or open garages. So it's kind of fun, but I drive a Wrangler that just drinks gas. So I got to find something, right? To make it worth my while, not a bunch of these toy junk. I think I got more money off the thing I found in the garbage versus the garage sale so far this year. Oh, shoot. I didn't put the bonus. I might have to do the bonus items on like a 5-day auction and do them on Friday. I didn't do bonus items for next week. I got too excited about mowing the lawn. All right, we are in Snipeland. We're at no bid, no bid. No bid, no bid. 12 seconds. I think anybody's going to try to snipe these from somebody. No bid, no bid. That is 5 seconds. No bid, no bid. What could possibly happen next? Oh, they both ended. Sorry to end on a sad note, guys, but somebody had to die for that. Poor kid in the wheelchair again. Well, regardless, thank you for watching. It's been a great show. I appreciate you viewing and the people who watch it recorded. appreciate you just as well. But thanks for those attended live. I haven't updated smartphone yet. Well, that or other things. It's waterproof. You can do some weird things with it. It was a bad purchase, obviously. So, anyway, thank you guys. Have a great day. Enjoy the weather.